Hey, it's Chad Hasty, host of the Chad Hasty Show. Follow me on Twitter, Chad Hasty Radio. So much to talk about on the show today, but one thing that I want to focus on here in the morning brief, the terrorist at Ohio State University. We talked about this on the show yesterday as more and more information came out that this guy had basically pledged an allegiance towards ISIS. He became self-radicalized. He was somebody who wanted to carry out a terrorist attack against innocent people who were just walking to class one day. They didn't do anything to him. All they did was, walk across campus. They were enjoying their freedoms as college students, walking to class, maybe worried about a final exam coming up here in the near future, maybe thinking about Christmas, maybe thinking back on Thanksgiving and time with family. And this jackass decided to carry out an attack on these people. Sadly, it's something that we could see in the future more of, at least in the future, across college campuses or anywhere else. Why? Because this guy didn't use a bomb. This guy did not use anything sophisticated. He used his car, which is something that ISIS has told people to do, these lone wolves. They've told lone wolves to go out and use their car and use knives because people aren't looking for cars and they're not looking for knives. Instead, the left in this country, they're all too worried about guns. As we learned after Ohio State, and just the minutes after the news came out, those on the left condemning guns and condemning gun violence and saying that we have to end the Second Amendment. Well, you didn't hear anything like that after it came out that all he did was use a knife and use his car. Nobody called for an increase in knife control. Here's the deal, folks. We live in a dangerous world. Liberals on college campuses believe that the real danger in America, that it's not ISIS, it's not radical Islam, that instead it's conservative thought and conservative ideals, conservative speech, and that we must shut down, that we have to protect people against. But the real threat, folks, is radical Islam. The real threat is nut jobs, evil in this world. There is evil in this world, and it can present itself at any time and in any form. We have to protect ourselves. We have a duty. We have a constitutional right to protect ourselves in this country. What does it mean policy-wise on the national level? I think that's something we can talk about as we move forward. Those refugees who come into this country from areas where terrorism is a hot spot. Do you take a long and hard look years into the future at their social media accounts? Do you take a look at who they are befriending? In many of these cases, where the lone wolf, those who become self-radicalized, they're losers. They don't have a lot of friends. They don't talk to a lot of people. They don't post a lot of stuff on social media until, like this guy did, 3 minutes before he carried out his attack. So we have to remain vigilant. We have to remind ourselves that, as sad as it may be, we do have to protect ourselves, and we do have a right to carry. And for me, that means carrying a gun. For you, it may be the same thing. For others, it may be, we're not going to go to public places anymore. I hope that's not you, because you should enjoy life. It's still a very small chance that a terrorist attack can happen around you, but it could happen anywhere. You look here in Lubbock, Texas Tech University, a large university with a very diverse group of students. Students who, they may be all right in the head. Some of them may not be right in the head. This student at Ohio State University apparently was interviewed back in August, and he said that the media makes Muslims out to sound like they're bad people. The media doesn't like how Muslims are portrayed by the media. He said that he was worried about praying in public because of what people might think. He seemed as though he was concerned. He didn't talk about jihad or anything like that. So is it possible that this guy went from an innocent kid back in August to a radical Islamic terrorist in November? Yeah. It's possible. It doesn't take long to become radicalized. And we have to remember that. We have to remember that there are losers in the world who will become radicalized, extremists in the world who want to end us, who want to end this country, the United States of America. They want to end our freedoms that we have in this country. So I would urge everybody, whether you're watching this in Texas, or you're watching this in Lubbock, or maybe you're watching this in Ohio, or in West Virginia, or New York, or wherever it may be, arm yourselves. Arm yourselves, don't put on the tinfoil hat or anything like that, but make sure that you are able to protect yourself and your family. And to you business owners out there who don't allow people inside your business who may be carrying a gun, those responsible gun owners who may be carrying a gun, what the hell are you thinking? What you need to worry about are the crazy nut jobs entering your business, not someone with a license to carry who has gone through an FBI background check. You really need to think about that the next time you put up a sign here in Texas that outlaws conceal or open carry. Tune in to the Chad Hasty Show weekday mornings, 8:30 to 11 a.m. Central Time. Arm yourselves, be vigilant, and pray for this country. Have a great day.